Hello, I'm Janice Johnson. I'm one of the pharmacy managers for the pharmacy department at the RQHR. This is just our talk time agenda. I got to work with a great bunch of people. We are called the KanBan RX team. We are a prescription for success. It was great for us. I got the opportunity to work with a diverse group of people. I'll let them introduce themselves as they come up. But it was great because we had people from the ministry, we had people from Sunrise, Cypress, from 3S, and then our pharmacy department all participating in this project. And it was great having new eyes, a fresh perspective coming in, and we had some great feedback and promoted some great discussion. So it was great working with you guys, and it was an honor to be your team leader. So our project basically was in the central pharmacy department. We wanted to concentrate on two particular areas. One was the unit dose packaging area, and the other one was our bulk storage area. So currently what happens is when we receive stock from the supplier, it's then pushed to our bulk storage area, and then it's pushed to our packager, who then puts the bulk into unit dose packaging. It then goes to the picking area, and eventually will get to the client. Unfortunately, in our system, we don't have a formalized procedure to determine what needs to be packaged, how much needs to be packaged, how much stuff needs to be ordered, and when it should be ordered. So this, of course, has resulted in overstockage. We have times when we don't have stock. We've had a lot of problems with expired stock. We're probably not using our packagers to the best of their capabilities. And so that is our target or our goal for this project, is to, again, decrease our inventory and use our resources more appropriately. This is our future state, and we're looking at, again, doing more of a pull system. So it all starts with the client. So with the client, we pull from the picking area, then we pull from the unit dose and bulk buyers, and eventually we pull from the supplier. So we wanted to make sure that we have medications when needed, not just having a large stock just in case. So here's our target or our baseline. We're looking to reduce some of our space with reduction of inventory. We're hoping to reduce our shelving space and inventory stock. We're also looking at reducing the number of items and such that we have in these areas, in the inventory and bulk storage area. We want to also reduce the walking time by about 50% for our staff. We also had, at the beginning of the project, we had 4 things that were located in the wrong area, and we hope to reduce that to 0. And we had about $800 worth of expired stock, and we hope to reduce that. Our current, we would like to reduce our inventory costs by 50%.
Good morning. My name is Jeff Barshall, and I'm with the Project Management Office at 3S Health, and clearly knew absolutely nothing about pharmacy when I first started here. So during this week, I have learned a tremendous amount. I'm going to speak to the calculations on our current state. As a group, when we started this process, we really struggled in trying to determine what our lead time or turnover was going to be. And we went round and round. Sensei came over and he spoke to us a little bit about considering where the endpoint was. Once we did that, we identified that Sheldon was the area where we had to calculate our turnover. We went from looking at things 1-day turnover with the inventory to a 14-day turnover with Sheldon to have just stocked the 15 drugs. So once we've determined that out, our inventory and our calculation sheets were completed very quickly.
Hi, I'm Bobby Jean Shaw. I work in the pharmacy department here at the Pasqua. I'm going to be speaking to you about our bulk bottle section. As you can see, we have no bins. Everything's kind of mishmashed together, and we had a problem where things were getting mixed together, and we had expired stock possibly in behind everything else. And we had a possibility of drug shortages because this was our process of people just writing it down as it became short. And we had a possibility of ordering the wrong item because we possibly couldn't read somebody's writing.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rick Lowe, and I'm the Regional Manager of Material Management for the Cypress Health region. So inventory was very interesting to myself, and certainly the pharmacy had several different types of inventory. we focused on a bulk area, and after reviewing and creating this idea sheet, we did decide to proceed with the KanBan process in the bulk area. So this first photograph shows where we've implemented blue bins and yellow bins. So the yellow bins actually are a visual for high movers that are more in the processing and packaging when the pills are repacked and stuff. We find just go back for 1 second, please. By using the blue bins, you can see now where every drug and the dosage is now labeled on these shelves we worked with, and every bin on the shelf has a bin location so they can find it easier using the KanBan card. So this photograph here shows the KanBan card. It's the slim green one that's attached to the product with the elastic band, and those cards are then collected and taken to the KanBan station that we've created. And this all sort of worked out for a good rider weekend. We have green KanBan cards and a green sign, and we put those in the green bin. So it's also all color-coded throughout that particular area. Next, please. So after working with just the few shelves that we were implementing with, we decided to pull the excess stock and put it on the top of this cart, and in 2 3-foot shelves, this excessive stock was over $2,000. And there's still an entire section or entire inventory, I guess, to process through this yet. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Gloria Yellowburn from the Cypress Health region, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the unit dose area of the pharmacy pre-Kaizen. So there's another area of the pharmacy called the picking area, and that's where all of the drug orders are prepared to go up to the nursing unit. And when staff in that area run short of a drug, they come here to the unit dose area to get what they need. So if they notice that the drug is low, the process that they would use was to write that on a short list, and then the pharmacy technician in the packaging area would check that list periodically through the day and prepare drugs to replenish these bins. When they were replenishing, they did it most of the time by however many number of pills were in the bottle. So if they had a bottle of 100, they packaged 100 at a time. There were some exceptions to that, but that was the general way. This is highly reliant on human memory, so if the technician forgot to write the drug down on the short list, then that would often result in what they call a shortage or a stat situation. So the tech from the picking area would go to get a drug to fill a patient's order, the bin would be empty, they would go to the technician, and they would have to sort of set aside what they were doing and repackage drugs to get them up to the floor on a timely basis. The other problems I think we found were that sometimes the drugs weren't in the right order on these shelves, and there were some drugs, namely the combination drugs, that were kept in 2 places, and they would be under generic name and trade name. So we had many ideas, but we finally landed on that we would use a 2-bin system in this area. We did have a lot of difficulty figuring out how much quantity of each drug we would put in each bin, but Jeff has alluded to the trouble we had with those calculations and how we finally figured that out. And the other ideas we had, that we would remove all of the high-cost drugs and the slow-moving drugs from this area and put them straight into the bulk area to reduce the number of drugs that were outdating.
Hi, I'm Liliane Zalata. I am from the Provincial KPO office. And in the unit dose area, we implemented the 2-bin KanBan system. In this area, there's over 500 drugs. To make the project more manageable, we only did it on 14 drugs. We had to be creative when we used the 2-bin system because the sample boxes that we used are quite large and we were limited in space. So we tried to use color and visual cues. So as you can see in the picture, and I brought you so you could see it as well, we had to stack them to be creative, which works for the pills because they lay pretty flat. And the green colored labels are bright so everyone can see. And in the back, you can see the don't forget reminder sign for the staff to be able to take the bin, which is the actual KanBan. So you take the actual KanBan bin and you place it in the clearly marked bin that's just around the corner. We also did a spaghetti diagram, and in the black, it shows you the pre-Kaizen, when a tech had to place a reorder that one of the drugs was out of stock, they would have to go over to the unit dose area and find a pen and then write it down. And it was 21 seconds and 25 steps. And then our post-Kaizen, we put the KanBan post just around the corner. And you can see in red how easy that is for anybody to grab the bin and just drop it. So that was a reduction to 5 seconds and 8 steps, a reduction of about 68%.
Good morning. My name is Tyler Chiddington. I'm with the provincial KPO. And my involvement for this Kaizen or KanBan event was to do a 5S, as there was not a 5S done prior to our KanBan. And as you can see, our original score, our pre-Kaizen or pre-evaluation score was 1.3 out of 5. Next. And this low score is a result of numerous bins that were empty. We had they were mislabeled, or they were missing labels or partially labeled. We had excess bins stacked on the top, and we had boxes stacked that were getting ready to tip over of, I guess, IV information sheets. So during our post-5S, we ended up eliminating, out of the 510 bins, we eliminated 82 and got to 433. And those drugs were then either they've been discontinued, or we moved them back to the bulk area where they were actually just going to be processed as required. And as you can see, we cleared up a bunch of space on top of the shelves and underneath the shelves, and we cleared up 82 square feet of shelving. And we also, I have to big thanks to the whole team, because to remove 433 labels with little X-Acto knives and to relabel was a lot of work. And then, as you can see, our post-evaluation was 3.3, and this was it was a great 5S. It was hard, but it was a great little 5S, and we've created standard work, so hopefully we'll get to a 4 or 5 soon.
Sheldon from pharmacy. I'm a technician that's really involved in a lot of this. This is how it's all worked out, and in the end, it's very simple for us to, any new tech coming along, training tech, filling tech, to just come and follow the flow of the KanBan to restock our units. We got this standard work for the picking techs, and we also have one for the, next page please, we'll go to the bulk techs. When they talk about KanBans here, it's a card that will have all the information on it. I'm talking exact dose, manufacturer, how we're going to get it back into the system. So instead of a lot of trying to hunt out information, it's there like that, and it moves like that. And so after we've done this on the standard work forms, we still have to get everything organized, and then this is where I come in to train the rest of the staff with just how easy this flow is. Don't be so scared, away we go.
Okay, I'm gonna very quickly go over highlight some of the results. So we actually saved 33% or gained in our bulk area by being able to fit 9 drugs on a shelf opposed to 6. We have 16% savings in unit dose inventory, bulk inventory savings of 81. The walking distance, as Lilianne's mentioned, 68% savings. We have a 67% increase in our 5S score. And what the pharmacy likes to hear is we have some inventory money savings. And this is just on those 14 drugs. So you can imagine how much we'll get once we get the proper numbers throughout the pharmacy. The next one is our newspaper. It's keeping track of our items throughout the week that we have to be actionable. You can see most of them are completed. As you can guess, the 2 things that are remaining are the training and an implementation plan to get this throughout the pharmacy. So we have that structured. Take it home. We have a minute.
Good morning. My name is Roberta Whitrick from Sunrise South Region, Vice President of Health Services. The pressure's on. I got 45 seconds, I think. So I'm going to give the summary of our week. The pharmacy area really should have been 5S prior to the KanBan process, but we did that as part of our week, so that was very successful. The pharmacy inventory system, we really found that there's more than one area of inventory. There's inventory in the supplier, the bulk, the unit dose, the picking, but we only did 2 areas, so there is more work to do there. The KanBan system makes much more sense now that we have actually gone to the Gemba and done some practical work. It's really come together. It was a little confusing for the first couple of days. Communication is key prior to, so the staff know why we are coming to their area, what we're doing, and also during the session, so that staff knew when we were moving medications around, they were able to follow that. Multiple perspectives. It was a great team. We had lots of great experiences, a diverse team, which is very helpful for the week. And we were able to identify specific inventory items, implemented the Kaizen through KanBan processes, and we reduced our inventory, our space, and our cost. And finally, I would like to give a thank you to Greg and the maintenance staff, Kelly Babcock, the process owner, the Pasqua Pharmacy staff, Regina Coppell Health Region for hosting, our great team, the KanBan Prescription for Success, Sensei Iwata, Sensei Narita, the interpreters, thank you very much, and arigato.